Hello, this is NDC. Today, I'm going to take you to Death Valley, right next to Nevada. Death Valley expands from west to east along Route 190. Let's look around 8 important points in order. Route 190 is an endless straight road that can only be seen here. Like a wave, he drives over high and low hills towards the ridge. Driving for 40 minutes over the ridge is the Death Valley sign. First stop after driving along the mountain path for about 10 minutes is Father Crowley Point. It was named after Father Crowley, who was in charge of the local parish at the time. This is a colorful striped canyon formed by ancient volcanic activity called Rainbow Canyon. It is especially popular with photographers and aviation enthusiasts because there are occasional military training flights. Next, follow Route 190, then turn right at Emigrant Canyon RD, and move 58 miles to the charcoal kilns. You can see Death Valley Desert down the mountain. The downhill mountain road is long and winding. The vehicles coming up are having a hard time. After coming down the mountain, the long road to the middle of the desert continues again. Keep driving, turn right when you meet the Emigrant Canyon Road, and continue along the mountain road up to more mountains to 1.5 miles off-road. This is Wild Rose Charcoal Kilns. 10 charcoal kilns were made in 1877 to supply charcoal for use in a mining smelter 20 miles from here. But later, it became difficult to transport charcoal to the smelter, so it was left unused. After 140 years, the original form is still preserved. The scent of charcoal still was inside the fairly large charcoal kiln. You can see a small window at the top and many air holes at the bottom. If you go up the unpaved slope a little bit, there are 2 free campsites. Unlike the Death Valley, temperatures well above 100 F, you can have a cool night here. I strongly recommend using this place unless it is a cold winter. This tree shade will provide your own cozy space for relaxation. Now 40 miles to Sand Dunes. This is Mesquite Flat Sand Dunes. Mesquite is the name of a tree that grows naturally in a dry place. A gentle climb of the wrinkled sand dunes will make you feel like Egypt's Sahara Desert. That's why we're going up to the top of the mountain under the hot sun. This place is visited by many people who take pictures early in the morning before sunset or sunrise. This is because the Feast of Light on the dunes creates precious works. Death Valley is the hottest place on Earth along with the Sahara Desert. This basin is lower than sea level and surrounded by mountain ranges. The heat of the Earth remained in the valley, trapped in the mountains everywhere. It is to create the driest and hottest valley of death. This place was also listed in the Guinness Book of World Records with the highest temperature on Earth at 134.06 F in 1913. Many people come here to experience the harsh environment of their own, which they cannot experience elsewhere. The value of Death Valley began when UNESCO designated it as the Biosphere Reserve region in 1984. It was designated as the 53rd National Park by the federal government in 1994. After that, the Valley of Death is extremely barren, even in this environment. Countless people come here to feel the beautiful mysteries of nature. Go a little further from here and turn left at Scotty's Castle Road, 45 miles to U Beach Crater. For your information, there are only 2 gas stations in Death Valley. You must do a gas check every time you move to distant points. This is U Beach Crater. This is a huge volcanic crater from 300 years ago. You can see the trail course down a huge hole 600 feet deep, and you can see several small craters on both sides. You can find the racetrack Playa Sailing Stone about 2 hours from here. Unfortunately, only off-road vehicles are allowed for 30 miles off-road. Here you can see traces of naturally moving stones. We'll move 74 miles to Bad Water Basin. This is Bad Water Basin, a salt desert 282 feet below sea level. Long ago, the tectonic fluctuations caused mountains to rise in all directions. The waters of the sea cannot escape. It's the lowest of all, and it eventually evaporates, leaving only salt. So when you walk that salt road, you walk under the ocean floor for 855 meters. Everything in front of you is salt. So every time you walk, you will hear a crunchy sound of salt tread. Recommend wearing rain boots or plastic covers. Above the deck and the parking lots are all over salt. Next, turn right on Artists Drive one-way to Artists Palette. This is Artists Palette, where you can see the colored rocks of all kinds. When the sun shines late in the afternoon, it's like sprinkling paint on a rock. You can see a combination of colorful rocks. Like a roller coaster, you can get out of the curved-on way. Take a right turn on Route 190, and it's Zabriskie Point. It is the way up the hill where the point is. If you go up there, the wrinkled valleys around the back are unusual. This is Zabriskie Point. It's like putting chocolate on vanilla ice cream. It was named after Christian Zabriskie, who ran the borax mine. It was the main route of the carriage led by 20 mules. The shape of the valley looks like it's on a planet in space. Over the years, a lot of perceptual changes have led to this terrain. When you use some hiking routes here, you have to prepare thoroughly for dehydration. The wrinkles in this valley are very popular through the sunlight of sunrise and sunset, which makes it long. Let's move on to the last course. Follow Route 190 and turn right at the Furnace Creek Wash Road for 21 miles. This is Dantes Viewpoint. It's 5,476 feet high, and you can see the bleak desert of Death Valley as a whole. The bottom white part is the Badwater Salt Desert Field. Now, let's go down this winding mountain path and finish our Death Valley journey. On my way home, I met many friends who enjoyed their afternoon meal together at Rust Area on Freeway. Thank you for watching. Always be healthy and happy. I'll be back with a better video.